everyone, and welcome to Your Broker Admin, where we share relevant updates, experiences, and ideas that help you deal with those everyday challenges. Whether you're in a support role or a solo broker newish to the industry, we're here to make your life that little bit easier. Episode 60 of Your Broker Admin is here and ready to go. Before we roll into the episode, here's your weekly bonus history bite. A couple of slightly obscure ones for you this week. On this day in history, February the 11th, back in 1905, James Blackstone, a 10-pin bowler from Seattle, rolled an almost perfect score of 299.5. Apparently the final pin cracked, but somehow stayed standing. Statistically unlikely, emotionally devastating, I would think. Can't see it being repeated though. And in 1942, the Archie comic book series debuted. Who could forget Archie, Reggie, Veronica, Betty and Jughead? Simpler storylines, fewer life choices, probably less admin as well. So first up, we'll kick off with the reviews wrap-up, covering the week ending the 6th of February 2026, with the standout being the new lending opportunities generated for our brokers. Then we'll move into this week's Humpday Helper, where I share an observation of mine around support staff on LinkedIn. I'm Rob Cummings, thanks for tuning in, and let's get into the episode. In this week's reviews wrap-up, we take a look at outcomes from loan reviews completed during the week ended the 6th of February 2026. This week, it's all about the new opportunities we provided to our brokers. All up, there were 6 totaling just over $2.6 million. One individual broker was lucky enough to get 5 of those by themselves. On the interest savings front, nothing exciting there, with just the 3 reviews obtaining rate reductions, providing just on $1,000 in interest savings. Strangely enough, the main one was for a CBA customer, where we secured a 0.25% rate reduction and a $700 interest saving. When it comes to repricing, now the fun begins as we enter the silly season with lenders all moving at different times. So understanding if we are pre or post rate increase and explaining to the client where they are in that cycle. It is a good opportunity to deepen those client relationships though. So let's talk the new opportunities. The first, a Eubank customer looking at a small top-up of $50,000 for installation of a couple of solar systems. One for their main home and the other for the investment property. They've only got the one quote at present, but are a bit concerned it might be inflated. Wanted to inquire about their ability to get the extra funds before proceeding further. Another was an ANZ customer sitting in a purchased loan book, looking to refinance, obtain additional funding for some home improvements, and consolidate some personal debts. We had completed a review on their loan about 3 months ago, but they were in arrears at the time. They've now sorted all that out and come back through because of that review. The others were all internal refinance opportunities totaling almost $2 million, following poor review outcomes with their current lenders, being Granite, NAB, St George and Bank of Melbourne. The last one was on a basic product at 6.1% with no option to reprice. Now, onto a couple of client review conversations. The first was a client with their loan through CBA, which was one of the 3 we obtained a rate reduction for. It was only a small reduction of 0.07%. The review we did last year was a no change result, and we were unable to make contact with the client. This year, though, we did. The client explained to us they were currently off work without going into any detail, which is probably why we were able to get hold of them. We advised them of the rate reduction and that it was before any increase by CBA, thanked us for the call and expressed their appreciation of the service in obtaining the reduction, which would partially offset any increase. They let us know they had a new email address, which we updated on the system, with no questions at this point. The other, a client who refinanced from Suncorp to ANZ a couple of years ago. The review yielded a no change result, but the loan is on a decent rate already. We made contact with a client who's actually in Antarctica working. He's a plumber by trade and have been working down there since late 2023. They were leaving in 4 weeks and would take some time off to go somewhere warm. It was a balmy 1 degree when we spoke with them down there. We spoke about the rate, and they were happy with that. Not so thrilled about the impending increase though. Thanked us for taking the time to complete the review and make contact with them. Nothing overly exciting in those conversations other than genuine appreciation of the service being provided. That's evidenced in one of the new opportunities where the client was relatively new to the broker, but happy to come back for assistance because we made an effort to provide them with a decent level of service. This week's Humpday Helper number 167 is more of an observation than a policy update or process tip. I spent a fair bit of time on LinkedIn, and one thing that stands out is that the majority of brokers have a LinkedIn profile, but many of the admin and support staff behind them don't. All of my team have LinkedIn profiles, and I actively encourage them to use the platform. It's another channel to build a visibility for the business, and realistically, they're often connected to people I'm not, and that broader reach matters. On the flip side, if you're an aspiring broker admin starting out on your career, you probably want to get yourself noticed. You never know when a new opportunity might surface. Whilst you're promoting your employer's business brand, you're also building your own professional profile. From a business perspective, it cuts both ways. Teams change, circumstances change. Businesses are always quietly looking around, just in case. Visibility works for everyone. Thanks for listening to Your Broker Admin. If you've got feedback, questions, or a topic you'd like covered on the show, you can now send it through via our Contact the Show page. The link is in the episode notes. If the link's not clickable in your player, just copy it from the show notes or head to the episode description on your phone. A rating on Apple Podcasts, a review on Podchaser, or a follow on Spotify all help the show reach the people it's built for. I'm Rob Cummings, and this has been Your Broker Admin, for those who like their process neat.